So good morning. Our sewer inspection location is going to be 12354 West Alameda Parkway, and we're performing the sewer inspection from this clean out underneath the sink. This is at unit 130 in the barber shop. I guess whenever you run water at the salon next door, it ends up backing up into his unit. So we're going to go ahead and go down into the line. Go ahead and switch over, try and get through a different access point. Put that cleanup back on. It's not going to make it through that 90 and T. Alrighty, so now we'll just go over to this clean out right here. So if you look on the bottom left hand side of the screen, we'll go ahead and zero out the footage. I'm assuming that combo fitting has a lot to do with it. Everything getting caught up here, especially if like a feminine product or a wet wipe gets flushed down the line. Flushing the toilet real quick. There's a transition at 69 feet to PVC pipe. And then it goes back into at 72 feet, so they just put a connection in. Starting to want to break my rod. It's a tough push with all that scale. So right now, I mean, the definite sign of what's causing this is going to be the So the cause to this is going to be that scale buildup that is flattening out portions of the entire system going outbound. So I'm going to recommend getting it descaled and jetted to see if those are just chunks of scale and buildup, or if that's going to be actual rotten pipe underneath those massive chunks. And I've seen it a couple times on the way out, so I'll show you when we come around these fittings. We'll kind of let this bottom clear out. And this all appears to be going based off of the turns and everything like that. It appears to be going down the line towards unit 120 and 110, but mainly is getting caught up between 130 and 120, unit 120 and 130. See, and just right here, it looks like that bottom portion of the pipe has failed. Now, is that chunks of scale that we're just seeing, or is that the actual pipe rotting through? And like right here, it does look soft, as you can see on that like center going towards the right. It looks like it's channeling off, and also down to the like left center, you see it as well. So it appears that this section right here is rotting out. Probably going to be unit 120 right there that they have. Another little lip, which is going to slow stuff down. You see how that whole left side of that screen just looks so calcified and scaled up with corrosion and cast iron buildup. And on that right, it just looks really bad as well. And then on the left, and on the bottom. So I would suggest getting this carbon milled, jetted, and then inspected after to verify what's going on. If these are going to be rotten sections of pipe, or if it's just chunks of scale that act as hangnails to the toilet paper and things that are flushed down the toilet. By removing those with descaling, that will smooth out that pipe. But if it's, a rotten pipe, by removing all that excess scale, we'll be able to see if it's actually rotting through or whatnot. Another tie-in. And same right there. I mean, so much to hang up, and it does look super porous, as if it's rotting right there as well on that bottom. So currently, without actually seeing any full-out rotten holes in the pipe, we are just going to suggest, like I said, carbon milling, jetting, and inspecting. You see up here it looks pretty decent. Just looks like a bunch of hangnail buildup on the bottom. A couple of flat spots. It's really those turns and the bottoms of the tie-ins that appear to have the most issue. Especially like when we're going to be pulling up into this one here shortly, that one, it does look like that's a lot of the issue as well, with so much buildup and stuff, and then it hits a 45 combo fitting, which is right about here, so we'll keep an eye on that floor. See, it looks together, but just the way it drops down once it gets into there, especially like right there, you can see that chunk chip right there, so the carbon miller will definitely show us if that's going to be a failed joint. But everything just kind of coming in, drops down at a 45 and then flies into the line, and that's going to slow down debris, especially with our 1.3 gallon flushes nowadays. It's just not an adequate amount of water to get through, and then with all those hangnails and turns, it slows debris down and becomes a big problem. And the pipe coming back into this unit looks decent, no issues. So currently that's the end of our inspection. Our max runs around 75 feet due to the amount of scale and buildup in the line. We recommend milling, jetting, and re-inspecting the line to verify if those are rotten tie-ins or just heavy buildup that needed to be removed from the system. So that's our end of our inspection.